probably gonna make a lot of people angry with this one, but I gotta be honest. Sephiroth was not that interesting of a villain. I recently played, not too long, a couple of years, like maybe 2 years ago, is when I finally got a chance to sit down and play Final Fantasy VII, the original. Okay, the original. Okay, I played it on the Switch, but basically the original PS1 version, because I was like, you know what, I think it's about time I sat down and played this game. I played other Final Fantasy before. I played 8, I played 9, and some other ones like that. I played 15. Actually, I like 15. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but it was okay. But maybe I'll talk about that later. It was like how I felt about it. But all these years, everybody, so excited, so just in love with Sephiroth. My head itches. He was in Smash Brothers. He got revealed in Smash Brothers. And everybody's, oh my god, it's Sephiroth. And I didn't know anything about Final Fantasy VII. I didn't know that much about Final Fantasy VII before finally sitting. I've seen clips. I knew how it ended. I've watched my friend play the game and stuff like that. And I actually watched him beat it long time ago. Back when it was new, basically. But I never sat down myself and played this game. So I finally decided to do it. And while the game itself, I think, was really good and definitely worth the hype at the time, and I would imagine, yeah, it's still one of the better Final Fantasy VIIs to this Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII, damn it, I do it again. When the Final Fantasy games to this day, it is definitely one of the best ones and at the top of the list. But what bugged me about it is, and spoiler alert, if nobody else has played this game at this point, if you haven't played it and plan to, or, if you don't care, then continue listening. But everybody's so gaga over Sephiroth, and I played the game to find out that for most of the game, he's just a fucking ghost. Basically, that's it. The only time he's actually really kind of alive is in the flashback sequences and stuff like that. And, towards the end, you find out he's actually still alive, but he's half of a person. You find out what happens to him, that he died, but he still somehow survived that. But whatever. The point was that I thought he had a bigger import in this game until I actually played it. And honestly, at the end of that, he's not that interesting. He didn't really... You spent this whole game talking about, oh my god, it's Sephiroth. I mean, he wasn't even real. He wasn't even real. For most of it, he was real, but then in the past, but as the game takes place, you find out he wasn't real most of the time. All the Sephiroth, he wasn't Sephiroth, it was like a ghost. It was the ghost of Sephiroth, or something like that. He was parts of, Genova, which is the alien that crash lands on the planet and stuff like that. And that's a whole other thing. Genova's the real villain of all this, but I don't know. It just felt to me that after everything, he just seemed like an empty, uninteresting villain, and I don't understand why so many people were in love with that guy. But like I said, that's just me. I'm not discounting the importance of the game. I'm not saying it was a bad game. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. It had its moments. You know what I'm talking about, for those of you that played it. But Sephiroth just didn't really seem like that interesting of a villain. I'm sorry. You know who I thought was an interesting villain? This guy. But I'll talk about that in a different video.